Welcome everybody to the Keys to Wisdom channel. Well, today is a good day to do a little solstice versus equinox video. It's the winter solstice here in the northern hemisphere, and it's the southern solstice in the southern hemisphere. And today is 12/21, and of course that C has been locked into our calendar system. So this letter actually here, the C, right, in the word 12/21 in the Gregorian reform, it was locked to the solstice. It's also clock related. So everything here, the C lock, right, is word, the clock, and the calendars all locked together. C 12/21, right? That's solstice versus AB 12/12, which is equinox. But of course, they didn't lock the equinoxes in the Gregorian reform. They locked the solstice, right? And they also used clockwork on the other side at the 6/21 date, right? Just like the face of your clock. And on the face of your clock, you only have 1/12, and that represents the whole 24 over and over, just like here on the C. There's only 1/12, right? But it goes around twice, and that same set of 12 is representing the whole 24. Not like AB, right? And people don't even think about looking at their clocks, right? And you could definitely make a different choice to express those clocks, right? There's absolutely no need for there to only be 12 hours on the face of the clock, right? It could just as easily show 24, or it could show two separate 12s, right? Where it goes around 12 hours on the 1/12, everything stops there and it starts clicking the other 12 hours on the other 12, right? But them constantly showing you only 1/12 and not the other 12, right? It's a type of programming, right, that goes along with all the shit that they do here, right? They show you 12 disciples of Jesus, not the other 12 of Mary Magdalene. They do all this bullshit in terms of the 12 zodiac signs for the north, of course, and they don't should do anything with the 12 from the south, right? It's a damn joke, right? All of that shit is a joke, right? They tell you, do you want to go to heaven and not the heavens, which is again, right? I'm going to heaven. That's a 12, a single 12, not the other 12, right? The heavens, right? And they do it over and over in all of their bullshit, right? Even when they get it somewhat fixed from the entirely corrupted shit that you have nowadays, and you go into 12 Olympians, and in terms of the Roman, Greek mythology, or other places that use pantheons of 12 that have men and women in them, even though the male is still wrongfully put up by it themselves at the top of it, right? It's the consistent use of this 12/12 just over and over and over and over again, right? And even in the USA, when they start with 13 colonies, right, it's about the 1 and the 12 of the 1, right? Not about anything else. They use these rituals bullshit constantly, right? And this C is locked right to your clock, that single 12, and it's locked right to your solstice. So you got the word solstice, right? 354, 372. In the direct mirror of the solstice is the clockwork. And you bring them together, and it's balance. It's literal C lock work. The Gregorian fix locked the C to the calendar 12/21 to that solstice, right? Through word word knowledge that they still retain from when Jesus was teaching the people and giving them the exact same keys that I give you today. Right? They hid them and keep them from the people, but they have some deep underground places that still have knowledge, right? And one of the biggest thieves and hiders of knowledge that there has been since Jesus' time has been the church, right? And that's why they were using that hidden knowledge in the Gregorian reform to do what they did and to lock that sea to the solstice, right? The sea lock work, right? And then none of the people out there who the keys to wisdom, the keys to gnosis have been taken from them, and they've only been given bullshit from the Pharisees and the scribes, which is those who are writing all of the crap that they have, their Bibles, their Torah, everything that you've got out there comes through their scribes, right? It's shit. It is not the real shit. They've hidden the real shit. They've give you the fake shit. So then they pull out the real shit. They lock it right to the calendar in the Gregorian reform. Instead of it floating, all the days floating along, it's been locked ever since 1582. And they've used the seed lock and the word knowledge to do it. But all of the people, the members of the church, and the people, even the people outside of the church, they're all ignorant because they've been deprived from having the actual keys to have actual knowledge and wisdom and gnosis about everything that's going on, right? And they can't even see what's been done to them, right? 1221 locked to the calendar now, right? It's locked to the clock. Nobody's really able to see that either, right? Because you don't have the keys to wisdom. You don't have the keys to gnosis. You don't have all the truth, right? The word truth is exactly the word 12, right? 12 in truth. Here you have one side of the story saying that they're all the truth, right? This is what the scribes give you, right? And then they use the real shit on you. You can't even see it because all you're getting is there's one side of the story. 112 represents the whole damn thing, right? And it's their truth. But then it's that 21 is representative of all the fucking bullshit that is mixed into it. It's within the Bible, the Torah, the Tanakh, the Quran. Right? Within all of the shit here given from them is that 21, which is the bullshit. Right? And then here's the real deal, the whole truth. Nothing but the truth, right? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You swear to tell the 12, the whole 12, and nothing but the 12, right? This is all 12. It's all truth, right? Which is what the equinoxes are, right? Versus the solstice, right? Is fucking bullshit, right? And that's their story. You don't understand it because you don't have any of the real stuff. You've only been given fake stuff your whole life. The only experience you have with any of the real stuff is if you're coming here. Now then you've got some experience with the real stuff and you can compare the real stuff to all their fake stuff. But this is their story. The representation of this sea lock in the solstice, right, is putting one pole completely in the dark and the other pole completely in the light. In fact, at these poles, the North and South Pole, the sun only rises once a year and sets once a year on those equinoxes, right? You go in the Gospel of Thomas, saying number 24, Jesus talking about it, right? If there's light within a man of light, he'll shine upon the whole world. If he does not shine, he is darkness. Right? Well, that's exact. Christianity does not shine. It's darkness. Islam, Judaism does not shine. It is darkness because the Christians and the Muslims have become like the Jews, and they either love the tree and hate the fruit, or love the fruit and hate the tree. They want to put one pole completely in the dark and one pole completely in the light. And the poles are representative of male and female. They want to make the male all of the light and the female all of the dark, or the opposite way. The female all the light and the male all the dark. No matter which way they're doing it, they're not shining upon the whole world. They're darkness. They're fake. They're fucking frauds. They're fucking scribes scribbling out a story with partial truths coming from the 112, and the rest of it is the bullshit coming from the sea. Right? In the word equinox, right? The 1212, the promises in the mirror, right? That's all the good shit, right? All the promises. If you want to say something like the heavens on earth, right? That's the promises, right? That'd be a period where there is no 1221. There is no side of bullshit. There is no pole locked into the darkness and one locked into the light. There is no lying bullshit making God 100% male and 0% female, or making male 100% light and female 0. There's none of that bullshit. The promises of something good involves the 12-12, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, right? The whole 12, nothing but the 12, right? And that's the promises of the equinox, right? But the way they got it set up here on this equinox and then the solstice is, right, anybody that's with the 9-month human gestation period, right, what we're having is we're having kids are conceived on an equinox, and then 9 months later they're born on a solstice, or they're conceived on a solstice and 9 months later they're born on an equinox, which is only occurring like this, right, consistently with those 12-12 and 12-21 numbers playing because of the Gregorian reform, right? If the Julian calendar was still going and the days were floating, right, it still would occur that way, where people are getting conceived on an equinox and born on a solstice, and getting conceived on a solstice and born on an equinox, but it wouldn't have the numbers locked to it. The 12-21 number would not be locked to it, right? The 12-12 always applies to the equinox all of the time. There's nothing you can do about it because that's the real truth, right? They altered it now, and they've got the numbers of 921 or 922 or 321 or 322 or whatever associated with it, right? They've locked some other numbers on it when they're using the C as the primary lock, the 1221, to the primary solstice, the darkness in the north, right? But that 12-12 representation of the actual word is always locked to that solstice, because that's locked by God. God locks the 12 hours a day, 12 light and 12 night, to the equinox. Man locks C1221 to the solstice, and darkness for one pole and light for the other pole, 100% and 0, right? It's 0 and 24 and 24 and 0. That's man's lock, right? And that's also man's teaching, is 0 and 24 and 24 and 0 is man's teaching, right? But then this is God's teaching, and every time God's word comes out, that's exactly what's being taught. That's what I'm teaching right now. That's what Jesus was teaching. That's what Jesus did with Mary Magdalene, because it was the real deal. It's always 12-12, the real deal. When it's the real deal, that's what it is, right? And they were given something different than what the Pharisees and the scribes give out, the bullshit in the Bible and the bullshit that was in the Torah and the bullshit that was being taught in the synagogues, right? And then in the bullshit being taught in the churches, in the mosques, and the synagogues right now, right? This is what they give. This part of the story is the truth. That's what keeps people attracted to it, is the partial truth, and then it's withholding the stuff from them that keeps the people in the dark, literally, right? To have the stupidity to follow these idiots and not realize anything that's going on, right? Equinox, the word equinox, I tell time, LL time, right? 1212 time is the equinox. They can put all kinds of goofy fucking numbers on it, right? By locking these numbers in the calendar to it in a goofy way, right? Even here within the words, right? They could, these numbers are locked through the choice of using equinox spelt out as the way it is, right? There could have been other choices to it, right? But you can still flush it out. It's the LL time. There's nothing they can do about it, right? It's 12 hours a day. That's the only day where the sun shines pole to pole, right? It's the only day, and it's the only time, and it's the only teaching that is not complete darkness. All teaching of God being male is complete fucking darkness garbage, right? It doesn't shine upon the whole world. It fools a lot of people because it's got some false fucking light tones to it, right? And they withhold the stuff from the people that would allow them to see past the ignorance, which is the stuff that I'm giving you. Back here again, yet again. It's been given over and over and over again. Jesus wasn't the first time giving it. I'm not the second time giving it. It's been given many, many times, and then it's been re-hidden many, many times. And afterwards, a bunch of lying garbage shit comes out, just like, and creates a garbage ass shit world, just like that you live in here. Nothing but garbage, nothing but shit coming out of those scribes. And the solstice, right? That just also comes on there, right? See, sight, soul. Can you see the sun or not, right? Today, the North Pole, the Arctic Circle, well, you can't see the sun whatsoever. It doesn't shine upon the whole world. Every day after the equinox, it doesn't shine upon, right? The poles are in the darkness 6 months a year, right? The sun rises once, sun sets once, right? On these areas, that's all their bullshit, or it's sight's soul, right? And when you're at these poles, which are the main representation of this world, right? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The heavens is male and female, and then the earth later, right? Our poles are male and female, and every person fucking born here is male and female, even though we carry the stronger expression of one or the other for the most part, right? We're all made from male and female. Every single one of us, just like the earth is made from male and female. Just like all of these animals out there, there are some asexual freaking some shit going on, but right? All our dogs are made from males and females. All the mammals are made from males and females, right? Even the fish, you name it, males and females. The birds of the sky made from males and females, right? And the earth is made from males and females, and the heavens, males and females, right? All equal. It's they try to twist it out too and say God is 100% male and heaven is singular now and not plural, and it's all ran by 100% male and all this freaking garbage, right? It's absolutely unbelievable. But within the word solstice, right? The soul is the sun, and whether you can see it or not, right? And you take that to Gospel of Thomas saying number 24, right? And that applies to literally every single thing you have, right? Some pastor or priest or just any old preacher, whatever, on YouTube. They get up and they say, he, him, he, his, all this bullshit. Father, Father, Father. They're fucking darkness. They have no clue about anything. They're, even if they could pass a lie detector test, they're saying nothing but fucking lying garbage. They're retarded. They don't know a thing about anything, right? They're darkness. They think they're fucking light. They're evil. They think they're good. They're evil. It's bullshit, right? You take it to anything. You take it to that Bible. Read it. He, his, father, all the garbage. It's fucking garbage. To the Quran, to the Torah, the Tanakh, to the rabbis. What? He, garbage shit. It is garbage shit, man. And at Thomas, number 24, that's why it's at 24, right? They're using the same word that we're using. Those learning from Jesus back then are learning the same thing that those are learning from me right now, right? In the 24, in the 12, right? That's why that saying's at 24, but that literally, that saying is a sword and it divides absolutely everything perfectly, right? Any human being that's talking to you, right, that is not shining upon the whole world is full of shit, fucking darkness. Any book that you're reading that is not shining upon the whole world is full of shit, fucking darkness. Any of the institutions, the law sets, right? That's why the world fell so badly, is their lying ass garbage of their C lock work, right? That was the basis of the laws, right? The 12 is only for the male. The woman gets the 21, all the bullshit saying you don't own nothing. You can't own anything. Only the males. The males own anything. The males only have say. The males this, right? That stemmed out of their beliefs because of their being taught by those Pharisees and scribes. It went out into the law sets, and the reality is the majority of Christianity, right? The women were less than farm animals, nothings. All the churches were complete fucking garbage. Only these men standing up and teaching and all the fucking crap that they did. That's all divided perfectly by Thomas 24, by the letter C, and by the two letters AB, right? And AB does not equal C. 1212 is not 1221, right? Complete equality is not the fucking garbage shit you have in this fucking world. The light at the equinox that's shining pole to pole is not the garbage light you have every other year, every other day of the year. So you got 2 days of the year, basically 2 moments of the year that fulfill Thomas 24, and fulfill the AB, and the rest of the year is dominated by the C and all that fucking garbage, right? But these 2 moments come up each year, right? And that's one of them is truly where every year begins and ends. The ball dropping in Chichen Itza in Mexico, right? One of them is the real deal. That's where every great year begins and ends on the same damn equinox that every year begins and ends on, right? And they give you all this other fucking garbage shit like the 1231, the fucking New Year's, and start the year with a 1-1. Yeah, it's just constant fucking garbage. But that's what's going on, right? That's today, the 1221. That's the C. That's the lock work. That's the reason for everything that you have wrong in this world. All of the shit that's wrong manifests off of this, and it comes from those who teach that God is male, or the opposite would be just as bad, that God is all female, right? That's where all the garbage comes from. That is what has manifested all the problems in this world. People have no idea that the root problem of everything they have goes back through those three Abrahamic religions to that false teaching garbage bullshit that they do, right? And that Gregorian reform, that was a C-lock work, locking it onto that fucking calendar. That's what they're all about. Complete darkness for one pole, complete light for the other pole, right? And after Jesus' time, it is them who went and hunted down all of the truth tellers and all of the real deal people who learned the real deal. They stamped it out and they replaced the actual AB with this fucking garbage here. And they've destroyed the world ever since. It's been complete poverty. It's an attack on every single house. Every man, woman, and child is attacked by their garbage shit stemming out of the Judaism, Hebrew, Islam is the massive stain on the world. It's responsible for fucking literally everything. And if you had the real deal here, all these problems in the world of all the different kinds and all the manifestations and all the generations of filth and damages and everything that was caused by that sea would be entirely different, right? Everybody's suffering everywhere in the world today. It's because of these liars. It's because of the liars in those churches, in those synagogues, in those mosques, and then in those courts, based on those fucking laws that stem out of their sea garbage fucking bullshit. Right? But luckily for us all, those filthy, rotten institutions have damaged everything, are falling away, right? And their hold on everything is loosening, and we're coming into a much better period than the last couple thousand years, which has been destroyed by these sea-locked motherfuckers in the churches, in the synagogues, in the mosques, and in every other form that stems out fucking from them. Is complete garbage, complete poverty, a complete attack upon all humanity, and thank goodness we're heading into a time period where that's going to be fucking over with, right?